Hey guys, doing some training. Students are focusing on open guard, passing concepts, and today I wanted to talk about cross training at other gyms, and how I feel about that. So some stuff I will say you might agree or disagree, but let me know. Anyhow, cross training I think at different gyms is okay. I think it's actually good as long as you do some things right. Number one, make sure you let your home gym know that you're cross training, so it doesn't seem like you're just cross training behind anyone's back. This is more of a courtesy, more of a respectful way. Again, some people might disagree with me, but this is just how I see it. I think it's very respectful if you do cross train, which I think is good, by the way, to just let your head instructor know that you're going to be training at XYZ. Also think you should also let the school you're visiting know that you're training at their school, but you belong to your home school. And so if you follow these guidelines, I think it'll start a really good relationship with your head school and also with the visiting school. Number two, always offer to pay a mat fee. This is very important. I've read forums and comments where people say, "Oh, paying mat fee, is bad." I disagree, and I'll tell you why. Because nothing in this world is free. Everything costs. That includes commercial property. And so, even if you go to the poorest town in the United States, which I don't know, I know I came from a pretty we'll say, a very, it wasn't exactly wealthy area in South Texas, so it wasn't very expensive. Your commercial property is probably going to be more expensive than your residential property. So it's extremely important that you offer to pay a mat fee. And if they say, "Oh, we don't charge mat fees for visiting," I would highly recommend you still pay something. It shows that you're a good person. It shows that you're not trying to take advantage of free services. It shows that you're out there and you actually value the rolling you did with other schools. Whenever I go visit somewhere, I always offer to pay a mat fee. And then I offer to buy merchandise, sweep the mats, go pay for a meal if the head coach is not busy or whatever. Jiu-jitsu is a lifestyle and it's a culture, and it's also a business. And so while a lot of students have argued that it's their prerogative to go for another business and train, that's true, but it's also the school owner's prerogative to charge for doing so. And a lot of schools don't charge, and that's fine. But I just feel when you offer to pay for mat time and services, you're being a decent human being. And that's all I think you should be when you're doing jiu-jitsu. The third thing, make sure that when you visit this school, you understand what techniques are being offered, what techniques are allowed. So I know that if I've had many times students come visit my school and I let them know what we allow and what we don't allow. So for example, I don't allow white belts to do heel hooks. We still practice them, but we just don't let them do it rolling because they're white belts and they don't know any better. But colored belts, if they're training no-gi and they're going with people they trust, colored belts are okay to do heel hooks as long as they do it in a controlled environment and they're not trying to rip each other's knees off, because a heel hook can really damage the knee, causing lots of dollars to pay for surgery, therapy, and other expenses. So why even go there? Most of the people in jiu-jitsu have jobs and families, and they need to go back to work the next day. So I'm not against forbidden techniques. I'm just calling attention to communicating how transparent the school is in allowing them and making sure the environment is okay to go for them. The other thing too that goes with that is learning the school rules. Some people allow patches, some don't. Wherever you go visit, make sure you respect their rules, and you're visiting them, so you should always offer to follow those rules and to make sure, hey, if you don't have the right gi that they ask for, then rent one or buy one. But never go back with a bad mindset and kind of tell them, well, I shouldn't have to come here and pay mat fees and then buy a gi. Well, okay, then don't train at that place if you have a problem with it. But if you're gonna go to a cross training in another gym, show respect. Number one, that should be on top of the list. Okay. I think if you follow these rules when you're cross training, it shows that you have good moral character, you're a good person, and you're not going to take advantage of this school that you're visiting. And finally, if you do visit another school and you feel that people at the school are trying to recruit you, this happens. It's normal. Jiu-jitsu is competitive like any other lifestyle, any other sport, any other art. So with it comes the territory. A lot of people will be competitive and trying to steal students, poach students. I tell you how I handle it as a school owner and an instructor. When a student from another school visits me, I right off the bat tell them that they're here cross-training. And I've had students pay monthly dues. And I tell them, look, you're paying monthly dues because you want to cross-train. You're not my student. I'm not going to promote you. You also have to let your instructor know that you're here for cross-training, and they're obviously paying monthly dues because it's cheaper and they want to get different styles of jiu-jitsu. That's fine. But I make it very clear that one, they have to communicate this with their head coach, and two, I'm not going to promote them or give them any type of communication where it pertains to me stealing them away. I say that from the most sincere and honest attitude. I'm not here to steal away your student. If you came and you trained someone else, I say that's your coach. And I've been in situations where these students before have asked me, well, should I join your school and leave your school? And I say, hey, you're a grown adult. You make that decision. I'm not here to steal you away. If you feel you want to train here more than the other place, absolutely. If not, I'm not here to poach. You train where you want, and I make it very clear from the beginning, and most of the time it resolves itself. I've also had situations where other students are poached by other school owners, and I am very transparent about how I feel about that. I think most decent human beings would feel the same way, and the way I would feel about that is if I could describe poaching from other school owners, I have one word for it. Disgusting, probably be the best word. It's disgusting. It shows your moral character, and it shows that you're not a very good person. So, a student has a right to leave and go to another school. However, when an instructor tries to push them to sign up, it comes off very bad that they're trying to steal another student to join their school. And that's different from what I said earlier, that if a student wants to join and they approach the instructor, and it's happened to me in the past, I always say, talk to your coach first, make sure they know that I'm not asking or recruiting you, because to be honest, the instructor doesn't need that student. That's really how it is. But some instructors who poach feel like they need to make more money, and if they're doing it for the wrong reasons, then that shows you why they're in the sport to begin with. I know I started jiu-jitsu because I loved it. I still do it because I love it, and I've been fortunate to make a living doing it. But when I look back at my journey, the bottom line is I never planned to open a school. It was just to train, and God blessed me with an awesome group of people to support me along the way. And so that's how I feel about, the whole relationship with cross-training. It is good for you. It is healthy if you do it in the right way. Some of these comments. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Hey, Nick. I will never poach you. You're in good hands there where you train. And the last time I saw you compete, you had major improvements. So keep training and keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great. And so make sure you guys stay true to the school you are. If you're not happy with the school you are, communicate that. Don't just leave. I had so many people over the years leave, and maybe just one student out of everyone who has ever left was honest with me. Say, hey, Tony, I love your school. I want to train here. I'm training at this school now because of XYZ, whether it was work or distance or whatever, geography. They communicated that to me. Actually, one communicated that to me. Everyone else made an excuse. Oh man, I'm quitting jiu-jitsu and I can't train with you anymore. And then they some students of mine show up. Hey man, this guy's training here now. I was like, what? He just told me a week ago he can't train jiu-jitsu anymore. Man, why couldn't he be honest? Just be a real man. Just tell me the truth. If you tell the truth to your instructor, it'll probably open up a dialogue. And I feel a lot of people don't do that because they're scared that they'll disappoint or they'll make them upset. But in the honest opinion, man, life goes on. The world goes forward. So just communicate to your instructor what's, maybe why you're considering moving. Sometimes if it's price, I understand. Sometimes money could be an issue. Talk to your coach. Maybe he'll work with you. I've sponsored and worked with students in the past because sometimes there's people that need the help, and so I totally understand that. But back to the key points, cross-training is very good and healthy so long as you do it with the right attitude. Talk to your coach, talk to the visiting school, offer to pay mat fees. Be careful with poachers because they're out there and it's disgusting. And if you see it, you can do what you want with it, but I would highly advise to stay away from that crap because anybody who poaches is just not a good person. And support the school. Offer to pay mat fees, buy merchandise, offer to clean the mats, take them out to lunch. I've done all of these things. And, if you do have to change schools or you do have to cross-train more than you would like to, just be transparent about it and communicate with your coaches and your friends. And like I said, it's not a bad thing so long as you just open up the dialogue and communicate what you do outside of jiu-jitsu is your personal life. So in the end, you don't have to do any of these things I say. It's just my opinion, and I think it offers a lot the better way of communicating and better transparency in how you deal with some of this stuff. So what are some of the advantages you guys like when you cross-train? How often do you cross-train with other gyms? When you do, what do you look for? Drop your answers in the comment section and let me know. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on how you all feel about this. Cross-training. Yes, why not? No, okay, explain. All right, guys, like always, hope you guys enjoy this stuff. I'm doing it while I'm missing some training, but I'm about to roll. So, about to get my roll on right now. You guys have a good one. Drop the questions and the comments in the comment section, and looking forward to hearing more from you. Thank you, Charlie. Corey, miss you too, buddy. Yes, I remember you. I'm keeping up with you. Oh, thanks, man. That means a lot. What you guys did for me in the classroom, I still have those awesome memories. For those of you who don't know, I was an English teacher for a few years, 8 years to be exact. And Corey's class all stood up on their desk to wish me a fair tribute, just like in the movie Dead Poet Society. So that was really cool because we had seen the film when we went over poetry. I keep up with you, Corey. Good job with the hockey. Keep it up. I'll be following your career, so keep it up. Everyone else, Corey called me the GOAT teacher. I don't know about that, but I'll pretend I'm the GOAT teacher. Greatest of all time. Everyone else, drop your opinion on the comment section. Thanks, Corey. Drop your opinion in the comment section. Do you cross-train? Why or why not? And how do you feel about the stuff I said? If it's controversial, let me have it. I want to hear it. If it's not, still let me know. Hope you guys enjoy these videos. Be doing them more often. And looking forward to hoping our lives cross at some point, whether on jiu-jitsu or whether through some other aspect. Okay, you guys take care, and until next time, train hard.